All right, so you got educated here in Texas. You started your career in South Carolina, ended up in Germany, and then you got this idea to start your own company. Talk to us about that.
Well, actually, it's called earthbalisms, and that's the combination of earth and something called balisms. But it's actually soap, shea butter, anything that has to do with aromatherapy products. And I just had a need because ever since I cut my hair off and went natural, I was attracted to natural products. So I just started experimenting in college. I was mixing stuff in my dorm room. Yeah, I was. So earthbalisms was born almost a year ago. I learned how to make soap on YouTube.
Really?
Yes.
And you started doing it yourself?
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
Wow. Now, what are some of the challenges? Because, again, you may have some young African-American women listening saying, you know what, I'd like to start my own company also. How do you get the ball rolling on that?
You know, you start. I mean, I know it's a very simple answer, but that's what it is. You start. If you have ideas, if you can't get everything orchestrated at one time, you start in little ways. You know, you do your little things that you can do at that moment in time.
And I guess you said you went on YouTube and learned how to make soap.
Yes, I did. I wanted to learn, so I went out there and looked for it.
That's awesome. So really, there's no excuse. And I personally believe that there's greatness in everybody. I believe everybody has what I call that $1 million idea in them. And it's just, what are you doing with it? And I guess right now you're saying you have to just start. All the mothers out there who are thinking, you know what, I'm a single mom. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think Miss Asia here is an excellent example of what can happen if you just stay focused and do your thing. I think Asia said a wonderful thing. Her mom always kept the lines of communication open and surrounded her with positive people. So I'd advise you to take the advice of Venus and Asia, and you know what, just surround your daughter or your son for that matter with positive people, because I'm saying you're listening to a young lady who is doing it. I mean, she is doing phenomenal, amazing things that everybody can be proud of. She is a product of this community that we all can look at our daughters and say, you know what, here's a young lady who society said couldn't do it, but she proved the whole world wrong. We're going to have to go in a few minutes, Asia, but if you could say something to the many young women listening, and the young women saying, well, you know, it's just me and my mom, and, you know, we don't have everything that everybody else has, and it's frustrating, it's challenging, and I just don't know what I'm going to do. What would you say to that young woman?
You know, somebody asked me something similar to that a while ago, and I said, never deny your dreams. Never, ever deny your dreams. I would also say, you know, you put down your bucket where you are, and you start where you are. That's all you can do. You know, if you and your mom were going through it at the time, give it time. Give it time. It's your mom. Give it time.
That's your mom. I like that. That's your mom. That's your mom. Yeah. That's awesome. So just start where you are. And I'm telling you, you seem like a woman that just doesn't make a lot of excuses and doesn't settle for a lot of excuses.
I can't.
Really? So there's no excuse for failure. No excuse. Failure is not an option.
No. If you fall, you get back up.
Just get back up.
Scrape your knees up. Keep on going.
And let me ask you this. Somebody looking at you might say, well, yeah, you know, she's obviously smart. You know, she's very intelligent. She's never had a setback in her life. She doesn't understand what it's like to be in this position. What would you say to the people who think that, you know what, she don't know what it's like to be me. She don't know what it's like to fall and have to get back up. What would you say to them? Because they might look at you and say, well, you know, if she got it together like that, she doesn't understand the struggle.
Well, I did, you know, and I may not understand everybody's struggle because, you know, my life is individual to me, just like their life is individual to them. But they have to look at their life and say, all right, I'm right here. Yeah. And this is what I'm going to do for me. You need to find your inner strength, you know. Whether if you go to church, you got to find your inner strength there. You know, if you don't go to church, you have to find your inner strength. You have to believe in yourself, you know. And I may not be, you know, who everybody else is, but you have to start somewhere. You know, I keep on bringing that home, but you have to start somewhere.
You know, you said two things. You have to believe in yourself. You have to. And Asia, I think that is so important. As a matter of fact, in about 45 minutes, I'll be at Praise and Deliverance Temple, and that's going to be one of the points that I'm going to bring out. I'm going to be talking to their youth, and I'm going to be talking about you have to believe in you. You have to believe in the gifts and the abilities in you, because all of us have these gifts and abilities. And what you're saying is you have to acknowledge what's in you, believe in what's in you, And then start where you are. Start on your path towards greatness, which again, everybody has greatness in them. Everybody has that wonderful ability in them. When I see Asia, this is somebody we can all be so proud of. I wish everybody could meet her. Because again, she's certainly. Matter of fact, I heard the poem "Phenomenal Woman" last night, and and it just reminded me of you. But to all the mothers and daughters out there who are struggling and you're wondering, can we make it? Here is a mother and a daughter that says, you know what? Yes, you can make it. And not only can we make it, but we can do great things. Mother, there is greatness in your daughter. Daughter, there is greatness in you. And I want to challenge you to stick together. Keep those lines of communication open. Love each other. And who knows, when your daughter's 27, you can have that glow on your face that Venus always has when she talks about Asia. This is Coach Collins with the 103.1 KISS FM Community Connection, reminding you it's amazing how much better you become when you first realize how good you already are. Until next week, God bless you.